BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
What's up, guys? Chef Jeff, this dope cooking show. I'm gonna take y'all with me this weekend. I got a bunch of stuff to do. We got a bunch of catering. So look, we in here. Just something light tonight. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing the RWG STEM Prom. That's night one. Night two, we got a private event. It's my first event at somebody's house. So look, I'm gonna show y'all footage of all of this. We're gonna get it in. But right now, it's prom. This is my favorite time of year. It's one of my favorite caterings that I do. So I'm about to have a little fun. What's up, guys? It's me, Chef Jeff. This dope cooking show. We back for a whole nother episode. Where you been? What you been up to? Cause I'm here, and let's get this thing going, right? Okay, so if you here, then you know that me, Chef Jeff, has a cooking show called This Dope Cooking Show, and you're here to learn something. Like, let's get it in. So let's do this, right? Okay, cool. So. What y'all been up to? Cause I know me, the kid is beat. I'm talking about tired like TYED, tired. Like that's how tired, exhausted I am. So look, this weekend was the RWG STEM Prom. That's my jam. I love doing that. Then we did I did my very first private event. So look, I don't do that, right? I don't be going to people's house and cooking, using their kitchen, all in their stuff. But this particular lady, I love her. Like, she is dope beyond, like, anyway. So she called me, asked me to do a little something, and I was like, I bet I'll do it. She asked me to do dinner first, right? And then she was like, I had an idea. Why don't you do brunch and dinner? And I'm like, okay, here we go. All right. So I agreed to it. We did it. And it was dope. Like, I enjoyed, like, I had a ball. I'm talking about sitting around laughing at them because they was having a good time and I was cooking. I got to use the lady fancy kitchen, and then she had the kitchen outside too. So I got to use her cooking equipment. I was like a kid in the candy store. It was crazy. I'm talking about, I had a ball. So I did that. Then of course on Sundays I did breakfast with my pastor. That's, you know, that's a staple. Sundays, I'm at church. I'm doing breakfast for the pastor, getting that word in. Like, that's what we doing, okay? So, yeah, the weekend from Thursday to today to loaded. Like, I'm just on the go. Like, so, it's been one of them weekends. And Friday, after the prom was over, I was like, what do we get ourselves into, right? Because I had to pace myself. I thought I paced myself pretty well. I forgot to prepare. And what that meant was normally, so I have degenerative disc disease. And too much work will make my back hurt bad, like barely walking. So what it feels like is you sitting on them balls, them workout balls. That's what it feels like after a while. And it kind of feel I'm just unstable. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So between me and the God I serve, like if I'm gonna make it to the next step or not. I've been dealing with that for probably about 3 years now, knowing that that's what it was for 3 years. So just been being careful, right? So I normally, you know, kind of take some medicine and kind of relax. And well, I didn't really get to do that. So Friday morning, it was go time, right? And I had to get going. So it was fine up until about 7:30 p.m. And I was like, this is going plus, okay. Also, I was dancing at the prom, right? Because the kids they weren't dancing. People don't dance no more. And so I was there. Look, you invite me to your party, I'm gonna have a good time. I come to have a good time. I come to dance. I come to crack jokes. I come to enjoy myself. So whatever that looks like in the grand scheme of things, that's what's gonna happen when Chef Jeff show up. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna look good. I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna eat good. I'm gonna enjoy your stuff, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna chill. We're gonna hang out, or we're gonna party, or what we're gonna do. So I mean, it was a prom, and the DJ was DJing. He was getting to it. He was doing his thing. So I got I had already had the food set up, looking good, and it was time to kick it. It was time to kick it. I mingled a little bit with some of the students on my faves, and they did their thing. They stepped on prom. So I was really proud of some of them because some of them wouldn't come in. They were kind of undecided at the last minute. Some of them was like, I'm coming through that thing and I'm coming through. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good thing. So they had, so I did prime rib. Yeah, man. They weren't ready for that one. So, okay. Truth moment, transparency. It was prime rib adjacent. So it was the same cut as prime rib, it just wasn't as expensive as prime rib. And so you can always find your cut of meat that's not called what it's called, but it's still the same thing. So it was still prime rib. It just wasn't called prime rib. It was the cut. Prime rib is actually the cut of meat. And so I just kind of got prime rib little cousin. Still the same cut of meat, still tender, still fire. So I was just still able to make that happen for them, right? So we did prime rib. We did a Dijon chicken, the Dijon grilled chicken, which that is a Dijon mustard cream sauce that I make. Fire. One dude kept going by trying to put his finger in the pan and lick just to get the sauce. And so I let him put his finger in there after everybody had that ate and all the chicken was gone, right? I let him go. He's like, bro, this sauce is a food. So we did that. We did rosemary garlic mashed potatoes. I did candied glazed carrots and green beans. Now, so I kind of came up with the menu and then I went around and asked the seniors, like, hey, what y'all want in prom? Like, what y'all want to eat? Like, they was like, bro, we want them green beans. Chef Jeff, you got to do the green beans. And I'm like, say less. Like, we could do that. So green beans. The candy, I was like, I'm gonna do some candied carrots, and they was like, I don't know. I said, yeah, I gotta try them, at least try them, so that way you'll know, like, all right, I done had them before. And so one student was like, well, what's the glaze? Like, what's on it? I said, bro, it's candied glaze. I said, so it's brown sugar, vanilla, butter. He was like, oh yeah, go ahead and make that. That's gonna be fire. That sounds good. So look, I mean, they killed it. They came through the line. I served them all. So I bought me a new knife and a cutting board. I was trying to be fancy and carve the meat. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing with prime rib or prime rib adjacent, the complete cook is 150, right? That large chunk of meat is not well done at 150. So I had to improvise because I didn't want to gross them out. You just got to play to your audience, right? And so I cooked it, of course, to 150, but I had a trick for them. So what I did was I cooked it to 150. I pulled it out. I hit it with some au jus. Can't never go wrong with prime rib and au jus. Had some boiling hot au jus. Put it over there and let that thing sit in that hot au jus and it brought the temperature up. So when I cut into it again, it was right at about a medium mid well. Then so I cut some pieces real thin, cut them in half, and layer them, layer them in the pan in that au jus. By the time they were ready to eat, it was well done. So it's tricks to this game. It's tricks to it. You just got to know them. How did I learn that? Well, I started my career at Harrah's Casino in St. Louis, Missouri, St. Charles, Missouri. And one of the stations in the buffet was the prime rib, fresh prime rib, carving station, basically. So we had turkey and we had prime rib. And that was the way that, the guy, his name was Melvin. That was the way that he showed me how to, when customers want prime rib, but they don't want to see that pink, that's how you serve it. Dip it in that au jus, let it sit in there for a little minute. It's going to bring that bring that temperature up right quick, get rid of that pink, and still be delicious and tender by the time they get it to the table, right? So I learned that trick years ago, and I'm glad I was able to remember that because I didn't want to gross those kids out. I didn't want them to be like, oh, I don't want that. This meat ain't it ain't because people gonna be like, oh, it ain't even done. It's still pink. Oh, that's still moving. It don't be moving. It be done. It be done internally. You just have to present it the correct way. So we did that, and prom was the move. So um, yeah, I had fun. I served and walked around 2 or 3 times. I started dancing. Shoot, music was good, food was good. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was chilling, taking pictures. I'm like, shoot, Chef Jeff, we're gonna get it in. So I hit the dance floor. By the time I started getting in it real good, I was like, ooh, felt that little twink in my back. I was like, let me go sit it down because we got a whole nother day of this. And you ain't took no. And then this one hit me that I didn't prepare right. Normally I take like some ibuprofen or the Aleve back and muscle. Let me tell y'all something. Them Aleve back and muscle pain relief, the truth. And if you are able, now everybody ain't able to get an 800 milligram ibuprofen, listen, you're gonna stop all of the pain. It's gonna stop it real good. You'll get up next morning feeling real right nice. And I ain't talking about like on a high feeling or nothing, like just soothe, just the pain receptors aren't as sharp. It doesn't feel as it's not as bad. So I forgot to prepare, but still I made it out in time, right? So prom was over. I got my stuff. I got on up out of there. I dropped the stuff off and I came home, medicined up, had me something to eat, and went to sleep. Woke up the next day, got right to it. So we had to get over to the resident, the lady that asked me to come, went to her house. I pulled up like, oh, what? What did I pull into? Right? I'm talking about big firehouse. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and do our thing, bro. So on that menu was catfish. So I did brunch, and then I also did dinner. Right? I did brunch. I stewed over this for a long time because I wasn't 100% comfortable. I just never done that before. Don't know, how that works and all of that. I've been in places, inside, in kitchens, in restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody's house other than this one, because I know where everything is in here. So the fear of the unknown kind of took me over. But hey, I had to, get down on my knees, pray to the big man upstairs, like, hey, look, this is what you want me to start doing? Make it easy for me, because I can't do it without you, and I can't do this at all without the confidence that you've instilled in me. So let's do this thing, right? So for brunch we did fried catfish. We did shrimp and grits, turkey bacon, regular bacon, fruit, and waffles. Boom. Got that thing, got in there, did that thing. So they was they had facials going on, they had all kind of stuff going on, right? So cool. I'm in there doing my thing, minding my business, and the lady comes through. She's like, Chef Jeff, you all right? I'm like, yes, ma'am, I'm okay. She was like, you use all this stuff. She's like, I don't even know where everything is. I know the pans down here, the sheet pans up here, this the oven, this the toaster oven, this bop, bop, bop. And if you need to fry something, so I took my fryer. Oh, it's over there. Took my big boy fryer, set that mug up outside because she had another kitchen outside. So she had a kitchen in the house and then the kitchen on the patio in the stone. Huh? What? I aspire to be that great when I move out of this house. I aspire to the next house to be that fancy. Right? So cool. I, knocked that out. They start grubbing. So I came home. That was another opportunity for me to rest. Right? Jackson's a jerk because when I come home, there's a big hole in my fence. So I had to fix that. Right? It happens. So got that going. And then I had to go out there and fix the fence. So when I fixed the fence, I came in. I was like, look, taking a nap, going to sleep. So I came in and I got about an hour and a half, 2 hours of just chill time, just laying down, letting my back release, kind of just resting, have my feet propped up. That's important too. When you're on your feet as much as I am, you got to make sure you prop them things up Because even though you got them off the ground, they don't be propped up above that heart, and they'll still swell up on your feet, still be hurt. My feet hurt, so I was able to prop my feet up, and then I went back to the house again at I think I got there about 5, right? She said, Chef Jeff, we still sleep from the food you made this morning. Well, I'm back to do it again. So I'm like, what's up? So round 2, I was able to go outside and use her fancy grill. It was in the store. Oh, it was dope. It was okay. So it was covered up. It was a stainless steel grill and it was gas propane, right? I don't be using the propane like that. I'm not really familiar with the propane grill, right? I like charcoal. That's my jam. I like the charcoal with the wood sticks in there with the smoke. Like that's my thing. But this propane grill made me think twice because I was able to get the same char and the flavor that I was looking for if I had even like fired up a charcoal grill without the charcoal aftertaste, if that makes sense. So I was able to get that char, like I grilled it in on a grill in a restaurant. That's what I was looking for, and that's what I was able to get. So we did lamb chops, we did rosemary garlic mashed potatoes, and then we did roasted asparagus and a steak salad. I took so I did a steak salad. I did fresh field greens. It was steak that I had sauteed, red onion, tomato, cherry tomatoes, and feta cheese on top. Look pretty. So I did those dishes, laid it out for them, and they went to town and they got to talking. They was like, "Ooh, we should do this again." Cause Chef Jeff here. Where y'all want to go next time? They was like, "We want to come back over here because Chef Jeff here." So I tell you, look, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on This Dope Cooking Show. Tell your friends, and if you need me, I'll pull up. You know what I'm saying? I'll go ahead and pull up. I think that was a good enough showing for me to feel comfortable enough to kind of do it again, right under the right circumstances. And like I said, she was somebody that was like, "Look, I want you to come here and show out. I want my house to smell like grease, food, cooking, groceries, everything. You just do your thing, go all out." Bet. Okay, cool. No restrictions too much. So I was really, once I got there and got to moving around, I was comfortable. So I cleaned up, did my thing, and I was out. Yeah, did my thing and I was out. So, yeah, that was the weekend, right? That was the weekend. So, and then I went on ahead and did lamb chops for the pastor on Sunday because I'm like, might as well, right? I did lamb chops on Saturday and Sunday, but I seasoned them totally different time, right, from each other. It's totally different from each other. They ain't one of them even taste the same. Oh, because I did the brown butter bourbon glaze for the ladies that Saturday night. And Sunday I didn't do that. I didn't want the liquor to affect the man of God, and then I didn't want that. Even though it's not really no liquor left in there when you cook it up, but still I ain't want no smoke with the man upstairs. I don't want no smoke. So we just kept it simple. Oh, so we did lamb chops over eggs, roasted red potatoes, but they wasn't roasted. I put them in the skillet. So that was basically like a hash brown, like red potato hash browns. So red potatoes, peppers, and onions in the skillet. And so I turned the skillet on, put a dab of butter in there, and let it go. I just kind of tossed them every about a few minutes or whatever. So that way they got done, but they didn't burn on one side. This sucks when you go get hash browns for breakfast and they burned on one side because they let them sit too long on the flat top. I learned that when I worked at a place a long time ago. We'll talk about that one day I do breakfast. But anyway, that was that on that. So, yeah, that was the weekend, and I'm pooped out. So I suggest that they need to add another day, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Junior, Sunday, Monday. I just think they need to add another day or something. Because the weekend be 15-minute lunch, 15-minute break, and you got to go right back to it. So I am woe out. So I told my boys, like, y'all gonna get this pizza. I'm gonna film my show, and we gonna chill out. So that's what we're gonna do, right? So today that's enough. I just, I wanted y'all to. I had a good time. This weekend was dope. So I just want to let y'all in. Like I be working. I be getting it. So today I'm gonna let y'all. Some people want to know. Now look, you out your rabbit mind if you think I'm gonna give you my recipe to shrimp grits that I make and people be buying. Crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy as a roll lizard. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But I will give you some of the keys, some of the things that I use on my shrimp and grits. And of course, we'll make the presentation just like it would be if I was doing it, right? But some stuff I just can't tell. I can't tell y'all everything. I just can't. I cannot do it. Like, what? What are you saying? Can't do it. But my shrimp and grits have come from an idea, somebody saying it to, oh man, have you had Chef Jeff shrimp and grits? So like some time and effort, some redoing in there. So this particular one that I'm gonna do is different from what I've done before. But I think that it will translate well when you do it at your function or what have you. So we're gonna get into it, right? I got the ingredients listed and we're gonna get to it. So let's go, guys. Call your friends, tell them we on, and we finna get cooking. Okay, guys, we back. This is gonna be a quick one because I mean it's shrimp and grits, guys. We ain't not reinventing the wheel or nothing. We just spinning that joker. So if you ain't, I mean, okay, look, welcome back. We getting right into it with these shrimp and grits. Okay, so let's start with our vegetables. So we're gonna get a little onion, red pepper, green pepper. I know that's new, right? See, I told y'all I'm gonna do something a little different, but it's still gonna be fire because I didn't already try it like this. So don't worry, okay? These is domestic shrimp and grits. These ain't Chef Jeff shrimp and grits. All right, guys. So look, just want to do a little bit of. We're gonna do a little onion, right? Do some onion. There's a slice off of there. All right. So did I tell y'all that my college kid is going to Austin? Right. I think I put a feeler out there. I was looking to see if anybody could help me find a place, Airbnb, or find some places in Austin that my daughter could stay. And like, what's the scenery in Austin? Because I ain't never been down there, right? But she has a paid internship for the summer, right? Which first of all means I ain't gonna no babysitter. Second of all, that means what? Like she gonna be gone? So she gonna be gone all the way until school starts back. School starts back for her again in August, which I think is awesome. But I mean, what my summer finna be sitting here with the light skinned guys. It's cool. It's okay. We're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna do some things. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. We might even take us a little trip or something. I don't know. We're still trying to figure that out. But it's definitely gonna be some moving around this summer for sure. At least we know that we got a couple. We got a place to go and stay for the summer. With her being away at school on her internship. So she's got a full paid internship in Austin at the Texas Tribune. Her president, Sorrell, was the president of her school, Paul Quinn, took care of her, arrangements or whatever where she's going to stay. So I'm so glad the Lord has saw fit to bless us with that opportunity that we don't have to pay for that because, man, it's high down there in old Austin. High. All right, so we got our green pepper, red pepper, onion, all cut up. And so I like to, let's go ahead and do these too. Don't have these green onions. Don't worry about it. They gonna come in when they're supposed to come in. Oops. And they're gonna come in handy. Trust and believe it. Trust the process. So I like to put these inside and on top of my grits. Inside gives it flavor. On top gives it color. It's as simple as that. So So depending on how big of a pan you're making, one stock may do. You may need a little more. But this how I do it. Just right here. Green onions. So I put them inside and on top. And that's that on that. Okay. So we got our green onions, we got our green pepper, red pepper, and our white onion ready to go. We're gonna get our skillet turned on so it get heating up. So I do everything kind of separate from each other, right? What does that mean? I put sausage in mine. And so when I do a professional or when I do shrimp and grits for people, I do turkey sausage, right? Because I don't want to offend nobody with the pork. And so that's like the first thing that they ask when they say, when I tell them it's sausage on top, they're like, it's pork. No, ma'am, it is turkey. No, sir, it is turkey. But today we're going to add a little bit of this. This is growing on me so much. This andouille sauce. Oh my God. So anyway, we're going to do a little bit of that on top. So I also put this sausage inside and on top. Inside gives it flavor. On top gives it, something other than just looking at some white grits. When you eat it, just my thing, right? I learned how to make these a long time ago, and I just started adding my own thing to it, which was cool because it worked out, right? And it's been working out ever since. Funny story about how I got started making shrimp and grits was there was a lady named Nye Washington, and shout out to Nye and Vernice. Nye Washington called me one day and was like, you know what? I believe you got a shrimp and grit in your spirit. I was like, oh, what? She was like, I believe you can make shrimp and grits and they be great. I'm thinking, all right, bet, let's do it. I would have never known like that was gonna be the start of Chef Jeff and like the level that I went to and the level that I'm at now. Never would have thought it. Why? Because I was just working. I went, she said it, I laughed it off, and then she called back a little while later, and was like, hey, when we talk about those shrimp and grits, I need a pan of them so I can stunt on some people at a party. I'm like, all right, bet. Cool. I made them, not thinking nothing about it. People was ranting and raving about it. I was like, uh-oh, we on to something. We on to something. You're right here, man. We on to something. So the rest has been history ever since then. So, yep, that is how I got started in the shrimp and grits, because I had never had grits. Never had them, never ate them until she asked me to make her some for a party. Is that not weird? Like, it's not crazy, right? I never had them until she asked me to make them for a party she was going to, and that was that. So, yeah, that's how I got started with the shrimp and grits. Somebody called me and was like, can you make them? And I'm like, yeah, I can make them. What you talking about? I'm Chef Jeff. I really wasn't saying that either. I was not saying that at the time. But yeah, that's how it came out. That's how things came about. So we're going to have a nice flavor profile with this sausage because we already know this is the same sausage we use on that salmon Philly. So we got that. And then the turkey, this particular butterball turkey sausage is really good. I've never had any problems with it. It's always good. It's not dry and it's not chewy like some of the other ones that you kind of come in contact with. Yeah, some of them sausages be terrible, and I don't like that. I already have my water going. I have my water boiling. In that water, I have, of course, our hamburger deluxe seasoning that we use. I also have butter, 2 sticks, and a cup and a half of heavy cream. That's all I'm telling you. I'm telling you nothing else, okay? I'm not telling you nothing else. That's it. That's all. So we got this. This is the first leg of our shrimp and grits. So we have our sausage cut up. We got our vegetables cut up. We got our skillet on, waiting for it to get hot. And we also got our water getting ready to get to a rolling boil so that we can go ahead and start our grits as well. This ain't going to be long, guys. I'm telling you. Ain't going to take long at all. Once you get all of these pieces together, and of course, we got our shrimp unthawing. And I'm going to cook those. We're going to do that. We're going to cook all of that together. Okay. But like I said, this ain't going to be a long one. It's going to be, You're gonna be in and out this thing, promise you. Because once you see it done once, you're gonna be like, I got this, I'm good. Chef Jeff hooked me up and I'm gonna be all right. So whatever variation you do from this point on is up to you. Like it's totally your thing. You don't have to do it exactly like this, but if you've ever had my shrimp and grits, this is what you're getting. Minus some of the others. So the peppers is new, and this andouille sausage is new as well. Because I don't normally do that. So this is what you'll get, right? So if you had them, lucky you, right? And now you're able to tell your friends, like, hey, I had them grits and I know how to make them. So what's up? You'll get close, but it won't be like mine. So anyway, we're gonna get our skillet heated up. We're gonna get our water to a rolling boil, and then we're gonna step over to the stove and we're gonna put this thing together. Well, no, we're gonna do our sausage first, our vegetables, our sausage. Then we'll take that out the pan, and then we'll go right in with our shrimp, right? And I use these shrimp ain't nothing fancy, right? They just regular shrimp. So we'll hit them with some salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. There's our shrimp, salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and lemon pepper. Now, I do that in the same skillet that the sausage comes out of. Why? Flavor. You know what I'm saying? That's really it. So we're gonna get to it. All right, let's go. Okay, we got our rolling boil. We're ready to throw them grits in there, get them started. So we're just gonna go right in there with them. So I already had some kind of left over, so I'm gonna use all of those up first. From previous times, I didn't use them all. How much you put in there, that's totally up to you, right? I just like to make sure that they start to be thick before I start adding everything to them. These are 5-minute quick grits, right? So once you get your water boiling, it'll be time to go. So these are 5-minute quick grits that I use. You can use the flavor ones if you want to. That's up to you for you and your ministry and the God you serve and however you want to do it. That's up to you now. You ain't got to do the ones like I use. Now, some people like the yellow ones. Mine turn out yellow because I'm going to add some cheese to them. But anyway, and so I just stir these until they get to the point where I can start feeling a little bit of resistance in the grits. What does that mean? So I start to feel it getting thick, right? Because the grits are starting to kind of come to life and hydrate in this mixture of water, butter, and heavy cream. So as you can see, they're starting to get thick, right? If you look at how it's bubbling, it's not bubbling as hard as it was before. Let's see, can you see that? Yeah. It's not bubbling as hard as it was. They're starting to thicken up, right? So here's where I cut my heat. Cut my heat there because they're going to continue to do what they're doing. At this point is where I will add my cheeses. And you said, yeah, cheese in them? Yes. My grits have cheese in them. If somebody tell you ain't no cheese in my grits, they lying. Cheese in the grits every time. Somebody said, I had some grits one time before, they ain't had no cheese in them. It wasn't my grits, because that's how I learned to like them, with cheese in them. Everybody be like, sugar, salt, all that going on grits. I don't know, because I never even make them like that. So I couldn't even tell you how they're supposed to be. Couldn't tell you. I'll tell you how I do mine, right? You see our skillet is hot? So we working these grits right here. And when it gets thick like this, then I'll probably switch to a spoon, right? What cheese did I use? I used some Kobe Jack cheese. Get over in that picture. Kobe Jack cheese. And I'm gonna throw some pepper jack in there for spice and nice and a little bit of, because I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. So that grits are ready. They are ready to go. I like my grits that way. That's the way I like mine. So while that's happening, go ahead and put our vegetables in there. Vegetables with our sausage. Let them get in there. Get that thing in there. And also, sometimes I be a little fancy and I put shrimp inside the grits as well. For the purposes of this particular one, I'm not. Everybody in my household don't like the shrimp in the grits, so we just have to do it that way. So we're gonna add this. Yeah, man. Get them in there. So, like I told y'all, I'm gonna switch over to a spoon now because we ain't got too much. Also, when making shrimp and grits, when you clean your utensils off, wash them off all the way. Because once the grits dry like mortar, it's so hard to it's so hard to get them clean sometimes. So make sure you get right to it. Uh, and you keep doing that. So we're gonna give them a little whirly. Oh, we lost one. There you go. Got out. Yeah. So that's gonna look pretty on top of these grits once we get through it. So the grits are pretty much done, guys. This is it, right? I'm gonna add green peppers, and I'm gonna probably add a little more heavy whipping cream just to loosen them up a little bit. What I typically do is put the juice from or the oils from the sausage and stuff in there, but it's gonna be on top in this particular pan, so it's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about a thing, man. So them thick grits is right there. So while we got them like this, I'm gonna go ahead and hit them with these green onions, right? We're gonna work them around in there with our cheese as it's melting. Like I said, flavor and presentation with these green onions inside. Some people don't like it like that, and that's cool. It's your thing. You do what you want to do. If you don't want to use the green onions, you don't have to. If you don't want to put them in there, you don't have to. I like them in there. They'll give it a little flavor. Stick with me. I'm going somewhere. That's all I can tell you. If you don't like them, you also, just season them real good. But like I said, it gives it color. It look good. So why not? Why not do it that way? Ain't hurt nobody. Don't worry about that. That's for later. So yeah, we got our sausages moving around. We got our peppers and onions in there. Gonna be good to go. So we're gonna turn the heat up on it so we can get a little bit of some char, some color on it. Our grits are ready to go. This ain't I told you I was gonna take long. It's quick. This is a quick one right here. I did more ranting about my weekend, how much fun I had than I did cooking. So it's all good. We all still, making it happen. So like I said, them grits done. And if you want to get a little jazzy with the peppers and with the sausage and peppers, you can add some. You can add some Cajun seasoning if you want to get jazzy. So we're gonna jazz him up just a little bit. And the andouille already got a little kick to it, so we don't need too much, right? Keep it simple. Like I said, all of this is gonna be seasoning for the shrimp when we throw them in there. So it's gonna all work out. Trust me, it's gonna all come together, man. It's gonna all come together. Just stick with your boy. That's all you gotta do is stick with me. I got you. I got you. No problemo. Now, that's it. Got our shrimps going. I mean, not shrimps, sausages going. We're gonna go ahead and pop out of the pan now, because why not? Pop our pan out and get ready. Put them in the pan. I called myself trying to make a small pan, but I don't know if that happened this time. We're gonna see. We're gonna see for sure. Hey, while y'all playing, them grits so good. That's cool. Don't worry about it. You'll find out. You're gonna be like, so we good. You'll be like, dang, I know how to make these grits off this dope cooking show. Chef Jeff did his thing. He showed me how to make them, and I did. All right, so we're gonna throw a little water in there for dramatic effect. We're gonna throw a little bit in there, man. And what that's gonna do is you're gonna get a little bit of that seasoning off the bottom of this hot skillet. See? And boom, there we go. These are some tricks I'll be trying to tell y'all about. See, we deglaze our pan just a little bit. We ain't using no wine or nothing. We just getting them seasonings off the bottom of that, right? That's gonna give it a little moisture. When we put our grits down, it's gonna look like a nice little gravy or something on top. A little juicy. You're like, ooh, them grits look juicy and good. Cause they are, right? Cause that's what we doing on this dope cooking show. But we're gonna go to the pan with these grits. Perfect. I always have something left over no matter what I do. It's all right though. It's okay. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad about it. So boom. Give me a. That's none. Get our clean spoon back out. And so what I do is just layer these peppers, onions, and sausage on top of there. Should have put some inside, but it's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry about nothing. I used to put some on the bottom of the pan and then put some on the top too. Somebody was like, shoot, by the time we were so full, by the time we got to the bottom of the pan, we didn't know it was a whole nother layer of sausage under there. So I stopped doing it. But you can do it if you want to. Promise you. You can do it how you want to. Sorry for all that scraping in this pan, but had to get it all out of there. So we're going to go right back on the stove with this particular pan, right? Why? Because we want to put our shrimp in there. Yep. Y'all, this is amazing. I'm telling you. It'll be amazing. Amazing balls. So, for the shrimp, I like to kind of go in with like a dry pan. I mean, a dry shrimp. I want them to kind of caramelize really quickly. Don't want them to be, sometimes when they sweat, kind of makes a mess sometimes. So, you got our heat on, go right in there. Let me see. Oh, lost it. Yeah. That one, it ain't ready yet. So I want it to be hot, right? I want that to hit that pan and sizzle real good, right? Because that's how we gonna get our everything we need. Cool, no problem. So we're gonna get a little. Sure. We'll spray in the pan. That's it, just a little bit. Let's spray. We're gonna go right in there with these shrimp. Like so, like that. So we're gonna get these shrimp knocked out. And then let y'all see what we got going. So we got our shrimp right there. They gonna get done. And then let me take y'all over here and see what we already working with. Oh my goodness. Go play with somebody else because don't play with Chef Jeff. Ha ha ha. Look, we're gonna get these shrimp on here. We'll be right back for the finished product. All right, guys. Like I told you, it was gonna be a quick one. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Shrimp and grits. This dope cooker show. Listen, y'all tell y'all friends they missing out. Hey, when you show up to the party looking like this with this pan of shrimp and grits, ooh, they gonna love you. Hey, I'm about to get into it. Catch y'all next week. Peace.